see the all-new Mazda CX-90, now on sale at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
I thought we were off today.
We're not.
Kind of feels like it.
Are you here?
Yeah.
I'm not here.
Yeah, physically.
Yes. Mentally,
emotionally,
I'm
spiritually.
still drained from yard work Saturday and Sunday.
How long were you out there?
5 hours. 5 hours, yes. 5 hours on,
hours?
I know,
on Saturday.
We were getting the
4
text
hours on
updates and
Sunday.
pictures
Yeah.
and everything.
Kids go in and out and in and out. Do the Gatorade, do the Powerade, do water.
Yeah.
A lot. Because you'll get dehydrated and you'll not know it, and then all of a sudden you'll go from feeling okay to having a headache and nausea, which I did late Saturday afternoon.
Johnny.
Shut it down, went inside, laid down on the floor for a while under the ceiling fan, and it was okay in about 45 minutes.
One more thing on that. I know from sports coverage we've had before, a lot of the coaches and the trainers talk about hydration. There's a lot about the day before too.
Yeah.
It is.
So it's really
preload.
That's what I didn't. That's why I got into trouble Saturday.
And I knew I was going to be welcome to WAFB Plus.
Hanging out.
I knew I was going to try and get the Sunday mow on because this week was going to be more rain. And so Saturday evening, a few drinks with friends and dinner, that kind of thing. Shut it down early, or at least the drinking, and started to preload.
That's so smart.
I felt pretty good Saturday, but I was out there early morning. It was like 8 to about 10:30, which is a big difference, between like 2 o'clock.
I started at 11:30 and ended at 4:30 on Saturday, and then after church on Sunday, in the heat of the day at noon.
Well, here comes the heat today, man.
That's the message, that the pattern's changing, but it is kind of a transition day today. Still going to be hot, as we do finally get a few storms returning, and you can see that in the headline we have on our website this morning. We'll start you out though with a live look over downtown Baton Rouge. Our Sky 9 camera brought to you by Our Lady Lake. Good deal of sunshine showing up. At least we made it below 80 degrees in Baton Rouge this morning. We had 4 straight mornings at or above 80, which was the longest run on record for the capital city, if you can believe that. Right now, most of us mid to upper 70s. Baton Rouge 79, Gonzales to Patterson checking in at 77 degrees. It is going to heat up quickly, though. I've got low 90s at noon. Mainly dry through the morning, although a few showers and storms south by 10 closer to the coast. But into the afternoon, there you see it, a 40% rain chance. So starting to see some rain returning to the forecast. Not enough today to really keep the heat down too much just yet. Still looking at a high of 96, although no heat advisories or warnings for today. All right, let's give you a look at Futurecast. So you see here through the morning, mostly a few showers and storms along the coast. But as we get into the afternoon, this is 3 o'clock, you start getting some of those storms bubbling up inland. That's more typical of what we expect in the summer months. 5 o'clock, still a few storms around, and then as we get into the evening and lose that daytime heating, most of those storms wind down. Now let's jump ahead to tomorrow, the 4th of July, right? Obviously, a lot of you are going to be outdoors. So start out in the morning with maybe an isolated shower or two. And some indications tomorrow, not only rain chances will be higher, rains might get a little bit of an earlier start. So here we are at noon, scattered storms starting to show up. I think the model goes a little too dry during the afternoon. I'm still looking for scattered storms at 3 o'clock, but into the evening, we should be trending drier. So hopefully going to be okay for most of the fireworks shows. Temperatures mid to upper 80s, 7 o'clock tomorrow evening with isolated showers into the low 80s by 9 o'clock. Rain chances at that point less than 20%. Again, the fireworks downtown start at 9 o'clock. The change here is that high pressure dome that had been parked on top of us is now shifted off to the east, and that's opening the door for finally some rain to enter the forecast. So a 40% chance today, but 60 to 70% on those chances daily tomorrow right on through Saturday. And with that, highs finally closer to normal, low to mid 90s. By Sunday, and especially early next week, rain chances start to let up. That means the heat will start to rebound, temperatures start to rebound. could see some upper 90s once again by early next week. Johnny.
I don't think anybody's going to complain about that rain. Bring it on. Good flow of traffic here in the Baton Rouge area. Could have gone either way. This morning was a very, very quiet morning drive. We're expecting tomorrow will be the same. Maybe tomorrow afternoon a little busier. So the interstate's looking good. And Airline Highway, what about that story yesterday? Buckling of Airline Highway in Gonzales, right near Highway 74, completely shut down the southbound side of Airline Highway. Here's a live look at that southbound side right now, and that's looking pretty good. This morning all lanes are open on Airline Highway in Gonzales after heat buckled the roadway. So that's going to be the thing again today. So just hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. We like to do this show every morning at 7:02, and we capsule the morning headlines in case you might have missed something, or in today's case, might not have gotten up until just a few minutes ago. The top stories, Liz Coe and Matt Williams have them for you. Guys?
Yeah, in fact, Johnny, we want to show folks what that part of Airline in Gonzales looked like yesterday when we sent out that traffic alert. I love that you showed that live camera now because it looks like everything is back to normal, which it is thanks to DOTD workers.
Right. I mean, they got out there pretty quick and handled this. I mean, how do you fix a buckled road? There are things you can't just get out there. It's not like you stamp on the thing. And there's things that have to happen. They brought out the heavy equipment, brought out the big gear, shut it down for a little while, and then obviously I got it back up and running again. When that happens, look, it's a pain in the butt, right? You have the detours, that kind of thing. But just be courteous with those folks out there who are working to make sure that your drive is safe and gets back to normal. But yeah, you see the crews out there working with all this heat going on. They were out in it.
Yeah.
Got it fixed, and as Johnny showed you, good to go.
3 hours it took to get that done. So thank you, crew members, for getting all that done, ready for folks to drive out there this morning. We're also keeping our eyes on a number of national headlines, including this. We sent you an alert about this early Sunday, like overnight Saturday almost. Yeah. A holiday tradition, a July 4th annual block party in Baltimore turns deadly. A lot of folks mistaking gunshots for fireworks, understandably similar sounding shots at the same time.
Right. So for those who know Baltimore, I don't know if you do, this is a South Baltimore neighborhood by the name of Brooklyn. And the celebration, as you mentioned, yearly, they call it Brooklyn Day, right? And so this one is going to be a day unlike any of those other Brooklyn days. What they're saying right now, investigators believe, because they found multiple different types of shell casings, they're believing at least 2 shooters here, just spraying into the crowd. 30 people hit, 2 killed, an 18 and a 20-year-old, and 28 others injured, a lot of them teenagers.
Yeah. A lot to process here on this Monday. A celebration turning deadly, an annual party turning deadly. So as that investigation continues, we're seeing more and more of this new surveillance footage. This one just released overnight of people running, and that's the last thing you want to see during a party. Children running from something that should be a safe place, a community block party. So waiting to find out more on this investigation, waiting to find out more about these suspects and the leads in this case as well.
You know, they're looking at every bit of surveillance, every camera within, 5 miles. They've probably got their eyes on it, so we'll keep you updated. Speaking of checking cameras right now, Washington, D.C., perhaps like a lot of other major cities, this is our nation's capital, cameras everywhere. And I'm sure investigators are hoping that some of these cameras captured whoever this might be. Liz, you saw this story?
Yeah.
3 different explosions at 3 different businesses in D.C.?
So obviously, a lot of questions here. 3 different businesses trying to figure out if they're connected in this case, right? So they've got some surveillance photos here released of a person and a vehicle. So they're asking folks to kind of put feelers out. If you've seen either or both, would love for you to call in some tips.
It is, they do believe just this one person. They've got them fleeing the area, taking off in a vehicle from all these different spots, like Molotov cocktail kind of a thing at some of these spots. And as you get towards the holiday, big time holiday, I mean, tomorrow, how many people are coming to Washington, D.C. for the 4th of July? Thousands, right? So trying to get a handle on this, that's one of the other big stories making headlines coast to coast.
Also bringing you back home now, a Crime Stoppers alert as East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office investigating a stabbing. They say 2 adults went after each other. At this point, detectives are trying to figure out who was the instigator, who started this, and what happened. Why did this argument start? And so, again, the Sheriff's Office investigating this happened kind of on Denova and Dan Street there on early Sunday morning. They're still trying to figure out as they question both of these people and figure out why. Yeah, why? What happened? What started? Who started? Who instigated? Who responded? Non-life threatening, which is what we're hearing. That's the good news. Knives involved, not guns. Non-life threatening here. So we'll see where the investigation takes them. We'll, of course, keep you updated. We talked a little bit about that story right there, the big airline buckling, and Johnny has showed you.
Oh, we had to show you this morning, right, from Baker. A supply drive, right, for school. Are we already doing that?
I know. Check the calendar.
What?
We're probably about a month and a half out from school starting for most
right.
kids in the WAFB viewing area. But City of Baker trying to get ahead of things, making sure kids are geared up. They have all of the supplies they need. So right now, as they gear up for the supply drive, they're asking for donations. They're trying to fill 250 book bags with pencils, with notebooks, with folders, all the things that a child would need for the school year. So if you're thinking, okay, well, I have a surplus of things that my kid just didn't go through last year, donate them on, right? They're taking them at the Baker City Hall and a number of different places. That's why Callie was up with a lot of good folks there in the City of Baker this morning, including the mayor, talking about how you can help.
There it is right there, don't wait. And so we were, I think both you and I were like, oh my gosh, the whole town showed up.
Yeah.
And that'll tell you right there the importance of this, how committed they are, how involved they are. And you know, if you want to be a part of this as well, all the information waiting for you right there, WAFB.com. Speaking of all the information, it is, and already has been, a number of days of 4th of July celebrations. I think we started on Thursday, right?
We did, in Gonzales.
Exactly right. And so then Friday and Saturday and Sunday, big boat parade out here over the weekend in Falls River. A lot more to come.
Listen, tomorrow is the big day, right? So you're going to inevitably hear fireworks today. You're going to hear them tomorrow.
That's true.
Heads up. Keep in mind of where they are legal and illegal, right? We have a number of parishes in our area where they are illegal, including EBR. All of it is illegal. So tomorrow, it's going to have a big fireworks show on the levee. Leave it to the pros, 9 o'clock. But if you'd like to participate in some of the other events, there's going to be a bike ride from the Summer of Hope initiative in Baton Rouge. look at that. If you want to sign up, it is free. They're asking you to register ahead of time, but there's going to be a lot of events today throughout tomorrow night.
So what you can do is hit thelouisianaweekend.com. It's an easy website to find to go ahead and check these stories out. And Steve has already taken a look at the forecast. He's giving you kind of a look at what that weather is going to be looking like. There you see it for tomorrow. You got about, what, a 60% chance. But, Steve, you were saying as well that the rain's maybe done by the evening.
Yeah, I think most of the fireworks shows, anything you got planned tomorrow evening will be okay. And it's also, we're not looking at all-day rain really any of these days. It's kind of that summertime stuff. You're going to watch the clouds bubble up, keep an eye out, keep our first alert weather app handy just to keep an eye out. And you can set lightning alerts in our app too. It's good to have if you're going to be out on the water or something like that.
Always good advice, I'm glad you're okay after Saturday.
Oh my God, no tide today. No tide.
He's still hot. Still airing out.
I get it.
See you again in 10 minutes over on the Mothership.